Why, hello, welcome back. So, for my second video, I thought I would do the Booktube newbie tag so you can get to know me a little bit more, can answer some questions, and yeah. So, like I said in my last video, my name's Ignacia, I'm 23. I'm currently working at a bookstore and I love it. Although I did do a lot of reading before that, but that's definitely upped my reading game, and that was part of the reason too why I just really wanted to create this channel. But yeah, so let's jump into the questions. So the first one is, why did you start this channel? And I kind of said it in my last video, but I have been watching Booktube for quite some time, and I wanted to create my own channel at the beginning of COVID, and I just didn't get around to it. I don't know why. I think I was just a little nervous because I'm just talking to myself. So yeah, I wanted to do it. I didn't do it, and then I was just thinking about it. My boyfriend brought it up yesterday, and he was just like, you should just do it. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. So here we are. Yeah, that's kind of how I came upon this idea of just doing it. And the reason why I want to do it is because I really want to share my love of reading. I also find myself with a lot of free time. So I thought this would be just a fun new thing to do, and I love talking about books in my day-to-day life, so I figured why not do it on the internet too. So yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to create this, and it just gives me like a fun outlet, something, you know, interesting and stimulating that I can do, and yeah, it's already making me super happy. So yeah, that's kind of why. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? I don't know. I would say maybe showcasing some books that aren't necessarily circulating in the Booktube community. The bookstore I work at focuses a lot on Indigenous literature and local authors and indie publishing houses in general where I live. So I hope to kind of bring those voices to the forefront as well on my platform. I'm really into, just like I said, Indigenous literature, as well as just reading a lot of theory around race, sexuality, gender, social justice work. So I hope to kind of bring those interests and passions and that are part of my life and interests into the YouTube sphere and book community. So yeah, as well as I am originally from South America, from Venezuela, so I hope to also bring in some Latin American authors to maybe give you some new reading material, translated texts. So yeah, I think that's a perspective that is, I personally, at least from the people that I love and follow on Booktube, but those aren't really books or themes really discussed quite as much. So yeah, I think that would be, I guess, my contribution. What are you most excited for about this new channel? I think just the interactive space, as well as just community building. As cheesy as that sounds, like that just sounds really exciting to me, and gives me a fun creative outlet, like I said, that I feel like I've been kind of missing a little bit. So yeah, I'm just super stoked to do this and to share with you my books, what I've been reading currently, and just that aspect of my life that I maybe don't show in my day-to-day as much as when I'm at work. So yeah. Why do you love reading? For me, reading, not only is it a sense of like escapism, and just entering into a new world and environment. But recently, especially when I started college, it was just a way in which to educate myself and attain new insight and knowledge into things that I didn't even know existed, or because of my positionality, are experiences that are foreign to me but are yet important to know, understand, and learn. So yeah, it's just such an amazing, reading for me was such an amazing learning tool, and it continues to be, I think, for all of us, especially in today's climate. It's just such a great avenue to keep yourself up to date, understand different positionalities, as well as just enrich your own way of thinking, the way that you look at the world, be more critical of the world, and hear different perspectives and different voices without having to leave your house. So yeah, I think that's why I love reading, not just as a, like I said, just to escape and enter a completely different world, but also as a means to learn new things. And yeah. Okay. What book or series got you into reading? So the first book that I actually read, so like I said, I'm from South America and I live in Canada now. So when I moved to Canada, I knew no English, or very like rudimentary English. So I vividly remember the very first book. I actually have it, so I'm going to grab it because I think it's worth bringing it and giving it its own little spotlight. So yeah, when I moved to Canada, I didn't know a lot of English, and obviously my parents would read to me, but I remember the first book that I ever read on my own was this one called Fairy Dust, Do You Believe in Fairies? And you betcha, I believed in fairies. I was obsessed. Yeah, this book is just so special to me. It's adorable. I never want to get rid of it. 5 kids, I'm going to be reading this to them because it's just the greatest book ever. So yeah, Gwyneth Rees, I love you. Yeah, so this is definitely what got me into reading. And it also has just a deeper meaning for me because it's the first book that I read all on my own in English. So yeah, at the tender age of 8. So yes, this definitely is what got me into reading, as well as obviously Harry Potter. That was the second series that I read all on my own, but we don't like J.K. Rowling now. So anyways, when did you start reading? I think obviously the time that I want to say 8, but I obviously knew how to read before then. That's just the earliest memory that I have of reading, like I said, was this book. So I'm going to go with 8. Where do you read? I read on my couch all the time. It's just right here. It's a lovely reading spot, and it's right next to our window, so I get a lot of sunlight, and it's just super pleasant. I read on my bed as well before going to bed, or even in the morning. Our room gets really nice morning light, so I just read there. Sometimes I read on the bus on my way to work, and at work all the time when it's slow. I just always bring my book and read there. Pretty much anywhere. Like, I'm not a picky reader. Like, I can pretty much read anywhere. So yeah, but my favorite spot would have to be my couch for sure. The nice candle, got some nice lo-fi beats in the background. Perfect. All right. What kinds of books do you like to read? So like I said in my last video, mostly just contemporary fiction, as well as just theory text, like any sort of like critical theory essays. I love anything to do, like I said, with gender, race, sexuality. Yeah, any theory books relating to that, I'm there. Sign me up. So yeah, and just like I said, contemporary fiction. Yeah. And the last question, what does your book collection look like? Well, you can see a little bit here. This is my section and a little bit above there, which you can't see, but there you go. And this is my boyfriend's section. So yeah, that's kind of a little glimpse of my collection right behind me. I love my bookcase. It's my pride and joy, as well as my plants. I'm a plant mom as well. Yeah, okay, so those are all the questions. I hope you enjoyed and got to know a little bit about me when it comes to books. And I hope to see you around. Subscribe if you like what you see. There's going to be more stuff coming your way for sure, and I am rambling again, so I'm going to end this now, but thanks for tuning in. Bye.